Let's talk about the new God of War game because the amount of controversy and the outrage that this game is getting is ridiculous. To the point that Domino's Pizza tweeted about this game. So if you haven't noticed, PlayStation State of Play just happened and they announced the new God of War game. The new God of War game, instead of being the main character with Kratos, it is actually gonna be his wife or his dead wife, Faye. They showed off around 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay, and right after that, a lot of people immediately went to social media and started hate bombing this game. Now, I'm just gonna say it, the sexist AI memes are just getting way out of hand. At what point is it an actual joke, comparing to people who actually think this is legitimate and serious? Obviously, some people are memeing about it and laughing about it, but I believe some people are actually not joking or kidding. And this goes for both sides. If the sides swapped, I would have the same criticism right now, and I would call it sexist. Nier Automata, Tomb Raiders, Horizon Zero Dawn, Bayonetta. There's a lot of good video games out there where the main protagonist is a woman. And I'm not hating on this game because the main MC is a woman. I would have the same exact conversation if Kratos' son Atreus was taking his place as well. I would ask the same exact questions. Why are we not using Kratos in this story instead of Atreus? It's the same exact thing with Faye's story. Why are we not using Kratos? We have been following Kratos for the past 15 to 30 years, and branching off just seems kind of weird. Also, I'll get into the fact that the original God of War creator does not like this game. I'll show you the clip here.
The fuck was that? Laufey? What the fuck is Laufey? I thought her name was Faya or something. That looks like shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. It reminds me of that game Forspoken a little bit.
Now I'm just gonna talk about the trailer itself and the characters that were in this trailer, but so far I really do think the combat was good. It looked really nice. She had a lot of aerial combats, but the characters themselves kind of feel lacking. There's a blue cube that just kind of feels Disney coded. It's a super random character, and I feel like a goofy cube should not be in a serious tone type of story. It really threw me off, and it didn't feel like an actual God of War game. And this cube is probably going to be comedic relief, and it's going to actually break the tension out of the story. Not a huge fan of it, and also there's a talking sword. I understand the sword is actually going to be a part of Faye's character. It's her weapon, but the cube, I really don't think it should be there. There has to be an actual good reason why the cube is there in the first place. Now, all of this hate and controversy, the likes and dislikes ratio on YouTube, the trailer itself, is actually 50-50 right now. Now, I'm not going to say that this is an actual full review bomb game of people just hating on it for no reason. I feel like there's actual criticism that there is into this game that not that many people are reflecting on. The number one thing that I can understand that people are hating on this game is that the story goes absolutely nowhere. If this story was not necessary, it was not related to Kratos, and it's just kind of some useless type of spin-off that we really didn't need, then I will understand people's frustrations. We have been following this storyline of Kratos for the past 15 to 30 years, and then suddenly you just branch off to a random spin-off, and if it doesn't correlate back to Kratos' lore, I feel like the game was pointless. Because I'm gonna be honest, nobody really cared about Faye before this trailer. She had averaged around 15 to 30 minutes of screen time between 1 to 2 games. It was a little bit confusing that she died. We wanted some more details, but couldn't Kratos himself go on with that story? Couldn't we just see Kratos do this part of the storyline without Faye? Did Faye need to be there? Did Faye need to be the main character? Faye is in a dead realm, but we could have eventually saw Kratos himself go into that dead realm and fight previous gods. We really didn't need to see Faye. There's a lot of potential with this game. There's a lot of things that can be answered during this game and the entire lore of God of War. But the execution has to be correct. If they do something wrong, it's just gonna look super bad to the God of War lore. And we just hope that the lore does not fuck up in any way, or the fact that this game wasn't pointless. And the biggest criticism the audience has is that it feels like a DLC. This doesn't feel like a standalone title, it just feels like a DLC to Ragnarok. And I can completely understand that point. So far, what it looks like from the trailer that we watched, the gameplay we watched, it really does look like it's a DLC for Ragnarok. Overall, my opinions, I'm kind of in the middle of the entire controversy. There's a lot of arguing that's going to be going on both sides, and necessary arguing, but right now I am in the middle of this game. I have no idea how it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be good or bad. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think this new God of War game will be good, or do you think it will be trash? Or do you actually think it will be in the middle just like me? Let me know, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.